So Shane, what is emotional intelligence?
That's a huge question. So it's knowing one's own emotions, deeply knowing one's own emotions, having a sort of distortion-free, so there's no pretense, rich self-awareness. I can't overemphasize the importance of self-awareness and understanding your own personal distinctive self. And then once you have that awareness, being totally acceptant of that self and being able to empathize with yourself.
What are the key elements within emotional intelligence?
So now, emotional intelligence is about having flexibility or having a relaxed, acceptant and grounded attitude to what happens and how it happens. Or you look at things in an open-minded, composed, and I'm going to say that word, mindful way. The antithesis is a fixity, which is like being stuck in your ways, narrow-minded, sort of rigid, stubborn, inflexible. That's rigid in your thoughts, your outlooks, and your behaviours. I mean, some people become flexible in some parts, but not in other parts. But usually, if you're more flexible and less fixed, you will become more fluid. And fluid is when you're faced with a difficult situation or person or circumstance that you deal with it fluidly rather than in a dramatic way. And it's you deal with it calmly, evenly, and realistically. You retain a sort of composed equilibrium, and you solve the problem, or you get the job done, or you focus on the task in a way where composure is maintained. This obviously applies to work scenarios and non-work scenarios.
How does emotional intelligence affect others in your life?
Well, awareness of others, especially those close to you, is essential, like family. It's vital. I mean, generally, someone acquiring emotional intelligence can eventually look at monitoring, understanding, recognizing, and regulating their feelings, being in control. I will say that once you feel that control, it is mildly empowering, not in an egotistical way, but it is empowering. So acceptance of yourself, acceptance of others, acceptance of situations, acceptance of difference and differences, the acceptance that certain issues may be or may not be your issue. Is this my issue? No, it's not. Okay, well, do I need to think about it? Possibly not. And I guess a big one is acceptance that change is possible. I hear a lot of people say, that's the way I am and I can't change. Well, I'm going to refute that totally, because people can change and they do change.
How does positive EI fit in at work?
I think that positive EI is vital at work. Being able to empathise with others and motivating an organisation is essential. Well, we probably all know that. But empathy is, it's happening slightly, but empathy is seldom utilised in leadership. But when it is, it brings about positive results. It facilitates compound cognitive cooperation. So everybody works together. They have a joint feeling, which is vital in teams. And when we do this, we know that when we have this group thing, this group focus and achievement, it raises serotonin and ultimately gives a sort of group dopamine hit. So being empathic enables leaders to foster and cultivate relationships with those that they lead, and to help struggling people, the struggling employees, develop and even eventually shine. Being flexible, fair, aware and acceptant of having a relaxed and grounded and yet focused attitude to what happens and how it happens makes the situation feel composed, leading towards a sort of overall efficacy. Having an all-round positive emotional outlook is infectious.